What would you do if a single moment of weakness threatened to unravel the life you've worked so hard to build? Meet Emily Parker, a devoted wife and mother whose seemingly perfect world spiraled into chaos when temptation walked through her door. A routine day turned into a storm of emotions, choices, and consequences. In this gripping story of love, betrayal, and redemption, we explore how one decision can shatter trust and leave an unshakable mark. Stay tuned as we uncover a tale of passion and regret that will leave you questioning the boundaries of loyalty and forgiveness. Welcome to my channel and thanks for watching. I took off my shirt, and then my leggings with my panties coming with them. Liam looked down at my shaven black hole and seemed pleased. He reached between my legs and started to finger me without even realizing it. I was immediately wet. My name is Emily Parker, 34-year-old housewife living in the serene suburbs of Vancouver. I have a curvy figure with measurements of 36 S2838, and while I don't often think much about my appearance, I've always been told I have an approachable beauty. My life revolves around my loving husband, Mark and Art. Wonderful children, Ethan and Sophie. Mark and I share a bond of deep love and unwavering trust, and our family is my entire world. It was a bright Wednesday morning, the kind of day where everything seemed ordinary. Mark had left early for work, giving me a soft kiss goodbye, and the kids hurried off to school with their backpacks bouncing. The quietness that followed was comforting after. Tidying up breakfast, I decided to tackle the never-ending pile of laundry, but just as I loaded the washing machine, it sputtered and groaned before stopping. Completely frustrated, I realized it had broken down. With little choice, I called the repair service. The dispatcher assured me someone would be there within the hour. True to their word, the doorbell rang. And when I opened it, I was momentarily taken aback. Standing there was a young man, perhaps in his mid-20s, with piercing blue eyes, dark tousle hair, and said a confident smile. "Hi, I'm Liam here too. Fix your washing machine," he said warmly. I nodded, trying not to seem flustered, and invited him inside. Leading him to the laundry room, I watched as he began inspecting the machine with a professional focus. I busied myself handing him tools and clearing the area, trying to ignore how damp my clothes were from handling the wet laundry. The fabric clung to my body in a way that made me self-conscious, though I told myself it was nothing to worry about. As Liam worked, we made polite conversation. He talked about his job, and I shared bits about my family. His friendly demeanor put me at ease, but I couldn't shake the way his eyes lingered just a moment too long whenever they met mine. At one point, as I bent down to retrieve a fallen screwdriver, I noticed him looking at me. His gaze was steady and intense, and I felt a blush creeping up my neck. "You're really kind to help out," he said, his voice soft. "Most people just leave me to it." I laughed, nervously brushing a strand of hair behind my ear, and tried to refocus on the task at hand, but his compliments grew more personal. "You have such a warm energy about you," he remarked then. After a pause, he added, "And you're absolutely stunning." I was caught off guard. It's been years since anyone other than Mark complimented me like that. At first, I laughed it off, brushing his words aside. But deep down, they stirred something within me. His words brought a mix of flattery and unease, a reminder of a version of myself I hadn't thought about in years. As I turned to leave the room, his hand brushed mine. The contact was electric, and I froze. He stepped closer, his voice barely above a whisper. "Emily, you're incredible," he said, his gaze locking onto mine. My mind screamed at me to step away to end this moment before it spiraled out of control. I began, my voice trembling. "This isn't right," but his persistence wore me down. He spoke of my beauty, my charm, in ways that left me feeling both vulnerable and desired. It was intoxicating, and for a fleeting moment, I allowed myself to be swept up in the emotions. The air between us was thick with tension, and before I could fully process what was happening, we crossed Ain. I could never uncross when it was over the weight of what I'd done, crushed me. Liam left shortly, after leaving me alone in the laundry room. The silence was deafening. Tears streamed down my face as guilt and regret consumed me. How could I have let this happen? I loved Mark with all my heart. He was my rock, my partner, and I betrayed him in the worst possible way that evening as Mark came home and kissed me. Hello, his warm smile broke me. I couldn't look him in the eyes without feeling the sting of my actions. The guilt was unbearable, a constant reminder of my weakness. I vowed to myself that this would never happen again. This experience, though deeply regretful, served as a painful reminder of what truly matters in my life. The love, trust, and bond I share with my family. Mark's love is a gift I never want to take for granted, and I resolve to cherish and protect it with every fiber of my being. Life is a delicate balance, and sometimes one misstep can shake its very foundation. For wife, the weight of her actions became a lesson in love, commitment, and self-reflection. As we close this chapter, remember, every choice carries a consequence, and it's never too late to fight for what truly matters. If you've ever faced a crossroads in your life, share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more stories that uncover the raw truths of life's most challenging moments. See you in the next video.